How's it going, guys? Welcome back to yet another Booga Booga video. Today I'm going to be doing a video on what your favorite Mojo item says about you. Now I already did a video on what your favorite voodoo spell says about you, so if this sort of style of video interests you, you should definitely check that video out. It actually is pretty solid, so I recommend you definitely check that video out if you haven't already. However, today I'm going to be saying what your favorite Mojo item says about you, based off why it's your favorite. So before we begin, I want to say that I am only going to be talking about the non-event related items, because if I talk about the event related items, I'm going to be going on and on for ages because there's so many. So we're going to be going over just the standard main Mojo items. Anyways, let's begin. So starting at the top of the list, if your favorite Mojo item is the God Halo, chestplate, or leggings, I'm going to do all three of these at once because they're pretty much the same thing. If your favorite Mojo item is any of the 3 God armor pieces, it's probably your favorite because you enjoy PvP. Now let's be honest, almost nobody actually gets this armor set unless you really enjoy late game PvP in Booga Booga Reborn. Now, when you really think about it, there's no real point in going anything above Emerald, Pink Diamond, or Void unless you really want to play it safe and you really want to do PvP, especially considering having God armor makes you a target for the PvP people. So generally speaking, if you're gonna wear God armor around, people are gonna be attacking you constantly. So it's not actually a defensive thing, because, well, just by wearing it, it makes you a target for PvP. So basically, if you enjoy the God armor pieces as your favorite, it's because either A, you're a very defensive person, or B, because you enjoy Booga Booga PvP. Now, moving on, if your favorite Mojo item is the God Rock, the reason for this is you probably enjoy PvP as well, or you think the God Rock is the best of the 3 God tools, because it can do a lot of damage to everything. Now, if you guys don't know, the God Pick and the God Axe do 50 damage to their respective items. However, the God Rock does 20 damage to everything, making the God Rock do more damage than every single pickaxe in the game, every single axe in the game, except the God Axe and the God Pick, and it costs 3 Mojo, as opposed to the 2 Mojo for the God Axe and 2 Mojo for the God Pick. So it's actually 1 Mojo cheaper than getting both of those tools, and it has the double use of not just being a good tool, but it also is the best weapon in the entire game. So if you enjoy the God Rock, you're probably a very intelligent person, and you realize that you can grind everything very quickly for 3 Mojo rather than 4, and you could have massive damage potential. So if you enjoy the God Rock as your favorite Mojo item, you're likely either a PvP person, or you're an intelligent person. Now moving on to the next item, the God Bag. If the God Bag is your favorite Mojo item in the game, it's because you think Booga Booga is a game about collecting and getting rich. Personally, I love the God Bag. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I love it a lot, and in Booga Booga Reborn, the bags are actually very tiny. So even having a pink diamond bag, you can't really store much stuff. So having the God Bag as a 1 Mojo item, and it can store a crap ton of stuff, it's incredibly valuable. So if you enjoy the God Bag, it basically means you like collecting, you like becoming rich, and you just like the feeling of not having the burden of those crappy Booga Booga Reborn bags. Now, if your favorite item in the game is the God Axe, what that says about you is you probably always have a bed on the Sun Island, and you pretty much just farm the Ancient Tree non-stop. The main use of the God Axe is, like I said, farming the Ancient Tree, or if you do the Stone Tower strategy, when you're killing the Queen Ant, you can damage the Queen Ant by using the God Axe, and you won't damage the stone tower that you're standing on. I'm sure a lot of you might already know about that strategy. So if your favorite Mojo item is the God Axe, it's either because you enjoy farming the Queen Ant a lot, or because you enjoy farming the Ancient Tree a lot. But basically, you're probably the kind of guy who AFKs the Ancient Tree while you go take a big crap on the toilet or something like that. Now moving on to the God Pick, what that says about you is you enjoy mining the God Heads a lot. So for the God Pick, I would say it's a very safe decision to make. You're probably a very rational person. You know, you're very strategic when it comes to your time investment. Because 2 Mojo is pretty dang difficult to... Sorry, someone just sent me something. I kind of lost my train of thought. If you enjoy the God Pickaxe, basically what it means is you're very strategic and you like mining the God Heads. You like mining all of the Emerald loads, the Crystal loads. Basically, it means you like farming a lot, because the god pick, pretty much the only use it has is farming. So you probably like farming a lot, or you're at the beginning of your Mojo grind, so you kind of just have to. Now, next up we have the God Sling. If this is your favorite Mojo item, this probably means you do not exist, because nobody's favorite Mojo item is the God Sling. I swear to God, I've only ever crafted this item like 5 times maximum. It's not even that good. It does like no damage, and also, if you want to have a good ranged weapon, just use the magnetite crossbow. It's cheaper and it does a crap ton of damage, and it has more range. And also, the God Sling's ammo is obsidian. So if you enjoy the God Sling, which, let's be honest, I just know you don't, but just for the sake of a thought experiment, for those of you who do enjoy the God Sling, it means you probably spend a lot of time in the void, as you kind of have to spend a lot of time in the void to get the obsidian to use this item. But generally speaking, if you enjoy the God Sling, you're kind of a bum. It's a waste of Mojo, and the only reason I even got the God Sling was just to say that I could max out my Mojo list. Anyways, moving on, the next item is the God Hut. Now, if your favorite Mojo item is the God Hut, what this means is you are an absolute goof. You are an absolute goofy magoober. If you enjoy the God Hut, it means you love the feeling of making people combat log. Let's be honest, if I'm fighting somebody and I'm in combat with them, and they put a God Hut on me, I'm combat logging. Because either what that means is they're going to trap me in there and they're going to force me to fight them to the very end of their life. They're going to force me to do some serious combat. Either that, or they're just going to leave me and they're going to make me break all of that HP. If you enjoy the God Hut, it means either you're a grade A bum, or it means that you enjoy trapping people just for the satisfaction of being a little bit of a silly goose. Moving on to the Oof Horn, pretty much a similar idea to the God Hut. If you like the Oof Horn, basically what it means is you hate Mojo. You hate, it basically means you hate yourself. To spend all of the Mojo on an Oof Horn, what it means is you're willing to go to great lengths to be annoying and to troll. The Oof Horn is very loud and very annoying, and it costs, I believe, 1 Mojo. And what that means, if you spend an entire Mojo and a bunch of gold crafting it just to make that big oof sound, it means you're committed to being annoying, and it means you're probably a troll. Now moving on to Spell Master, what this is, if you like the Spell Master, it means you definitely love PvP in Booga Booga. You're the kind of person who wants the benefit of having a voodoo regen on a void bag, but you don't necessarily want to actually have a void bag on you at all times, because it's annoying to pick up loot when you have, limited storage space. So it means you enjoy using the void bolt or the void vortex, but you really hate the limitations that the void bag casts upon you. It does cost 3 Mojo, so it's very expensive. It really does say a lot that you really enjoy PvP and you're willing to go to great lengths just to get that little bit of an advantage over your opponent. Now, Survivalist. If this is your favorite Mojo item, what that says about you is you like wasting Mojo points. Now, me personally, I actually really like the Survivalist. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I like it a lot, because basically it slows down your hunger by 50%. However, I only got the Survivalist as my last item. It costs 3 Mojo points. However, the having less hunger is very useful, but it's not that useful. Basically, if your favorite Mojo item is the Survivalist, it means you hate grinding for food, you absolutely hate it, or it means you just think it's useful to not have to go out and get food every time, which I can definitely understand. Now, if your favorite Mojo item is the Sparkle Effect, what this means is you pretty much are just goofy, you're probably pretty zesty. Now this costs 1 Mojo, and it's nothing but a cosmetic effect. It has no practical use, it just shows that you went above and beyond to get every Mojo item in the game, no matter how useful or how useless. If your favorite Mojo item is the Sparkle Effect, it shows you that you're a completionist. It shows that you really completed everything there is to do in Booga Booga. You got all of the valuable resources, you leveled up a ton, you got every Mojo item in the game, you have every cosmetic. If you like the Sparkle Effect, it means you're a completionist and you're a dedicated Booga Booga fan. Now, if your favorite item is the Shelly Friend, But what that says about you is you're probably a gambling man. Now the Shelly friend would dig up random ore every now and again. Usually it will dig up a raw iron or a raw adderite or even a crystal chunk, maybe even a raw magnetite from time to time. But generally speaking, the Shelly friend doesn't really give you much useful items. So if you have the Shelly friend, I would say it's pretty much the same thing as the sparkle effect. It's pretty much just cosmetic, and the only reason you have it is just to show you that you really went above and beyond and you got every Mojo item in the game. If you really enjoy the Shelly friend, it's because either you like the gambling effect of getting a free crystal chunk every now and again, or you just want to show everyone your cool Shelly. And moving on to the last three, the Peeper Pet, I would say is similar to the Survivalist in the fact that it occasionally would give you a cooked egg, which you can eat and get a bit of hunger back. Now the Peeper Pet combined with the Survivalist perk basically means that you will almost never have to farm food again, because, you know, the Survivalist slows down your hunger by 15%, or by 50% I mean, and the Peeper Pet gives you food every now and again, and it's just enough that if you always make sure you collect and eat every cooked egg, you will very, very, very rarely get below half hunger, if even that low. Usually you won't even get that low. So if you enjoy the Peeper Pet, it pretty much says the same thing about the Survivalist. It shows you that you enjoy cosmetics, but it shows you that you also hate grinding for food, and you just enjoy the fact that it looks kinda cute and it follows you around. Now, if your favorite Mojo item is a Water Walker, it basically says you can't stand it when things take a long time. You're an impatient person and you hate when things take a long time. That's why you hate walking in the water slowly. That's why you hate making rafts or steel rafts. You just want to get from point A to point B without spending any steel, without spending any money. And you also want to do it quickly. You don't want to grind pleb chests or grind wood to make sailboats. You don't want to grind steel to make steel rafts. You just want to walk across the ocean to get to your destination. And I respect that. If your Water Walker is your favorite Mojo item, I think that's very good. I think that shows that you like how useful it is, because it's useful and it's cheap. It's a very good item. And the last but definitely not least Mojo item is the Infinity Chest. If the Infinity Chest is your favorite Mojo item, what that says about you is you kind of just like the idea, you like the excitement. You like the excitement of buying this one big chest and having all of these chests rain down. Now, if you've actually ever made the Infinity Chest, you'd realize it's not that great. However, if you get like 10 of them lined up, it can be pretty damn fun to watch all of those chests rain down. Basically, it says you're a gambling man, you like the idea of maybe getting lucky and getting some good stuff, but usually it means you just like the adrenaline, you like the excitement, you like putting on a show. You're the kind of guy who likes to show up in the private server with all of your friends and make them go wow. You want to make them like see something kind of fun, you know? You're a fun kind of guy is what the Infinity Chest says about you. But basically, that's all I have for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see other videos on topics like this, please let me know in the comments what I could do, what you'd like to see. Or if you want to just support me, drop a like, it means a ton. And I'll see you all next time. Stay awesome as always, and peace out.